Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. Enjoy personalized comfort for better sleep night after night. It's the final days of our Black Friday sale. Recharge this season with a bundle of cozy, soothing comfort. Now only $17.99 for our C2 mattress and base, plus free premium delivery. Prices higher in Alaska and Hawaii. Check it out at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com today.
We all know those GLP-1 injections work wonders, but that price tag almost gave me a heart attack when my insurance denied coverage. I was staring at a choice between paying my mortgage or paying for weight loss. Talk about a rock and a hard place. Then I found Elevate Health compounded semaglutide at just $58 with payment plans that don't require a second mortgage. Same medication, same results, but a price that real folks can actually afford. Visit joinelevate.com today. That's JOINELEVATE.com. Your wallet will be as happy as your waistline. This medication is not FDA approved.
Are you scouring the web for the best Black Friday and Cyber Monday deals? Stop it. Get Rakuten. Rakuten is a shopping sidekick that gets you cash back on gifts for everyone on your list. Right now, you can get up to 15% cash back at the stores you love. You can even stack cash back on top of the biggest sales of the year. That's savings on savings. It's more time shopping and less time searching. With Rakuten, you're always saving at your favorite stores on the things you're already buying. Cashback is automatically added to your account as you shop, and you get paid with gift cards, PayPal, or check. Or eligible American Express card members can even choose to earn membership reward points instead of cashback. It's truly a no-brainer. Now's the time to join. Up to 15% cashback ends on 12/2. Plus, new members will receive a welcome bonus after minimum qualifying purchases. Just go to Rakuten.com, download the app, or install the browser extension. That's RAKUTEN. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome back to the King of Hearts pod. How are you doing? How are you feeling? You doing good? I have a lovely guest with me today. She has been on Love Island season 7, however, has come out and done so much amazing work in terms of women's empowerment, feminism, but also speaking a lot about being a victim as well. Sharon, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
If you love me, let me fly away. Maybe I'll come back to you. Maybe I won't.
And you also have a podcast.
I do have a podcast, so I can relate to how much hard work you're putting into this.
Yeah, it's intense, you know, but it's fun and it's nice. I do feel like with the pod, I am helping a lot more than with like my TikToks because it's a lot more in depth and you can actually speak about things that matter and actually helping girls. Like most of my listeners are girls. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I think mine is like 80, 90%. Do you know what? It actually depends on the topic of the person.
Really?
I've noticed a lot more men tuning in. And I don't know if it's because they want to hate on me or they actually want to learn.
I think they want to learn.
I hope so.
I'm sure they do.
Because it can't carry on the way it is.
No. For those who are listening and don't know who you are, do you want to give a little intro about yourself and what you do and the work that you do now?
Yeah, so I'm Sharon Gaffka. I was on season 7 of Love Island, like you said, but before that I was a civil servant. I studied law and now I work with domestic abuse organisation Refuge. I am a survivor of drink spiking, which is kind of what restarted my political interest, I guess. And now I work with lots of youth-led organisations to get young women more interested in politics because I think we can't trust the men to advocate for us and what we need in our lives. So yeah, that's kind of a little bit of me in a nutshell.
Yeah, and then what's the pod about?
So it's called Girls Know Nothing, and I started it because when I was younger, I felt, well, I have this motto that you can only be what you can see, and I felt like I didn't have somebody that does what I do now to look up to or to aspire to or to look for advice from. And I think that there are women from all different career backgrounds have so much life experience to share, but I find like what you were saying about TikTok with social media, you just get very surface level of the individual and you don't really understand them or why they've made the decisions they've made, how they get there. And we all have the same gender stereotypes regardless of what career path we've entered into.
Absolutely.
So I'm just challenging all of that basically.
Yeah, that's amazing. Like, I feel like definitely with my pod as well, I'm trying to get women to be more empowered, and also especially in the dating world, it can be really difficult, you know?
Yeah.
When you have men placing these unrealistic goals. And also, I don't want to blame them because they've also grown up in a culture where they've been programmed to do that. It's not, I don't blame men, but in order to make a change, we need to educate everyone, I think, in order to make a difference. Like, you know, dating nowadays for me has been really weird. Like, I'm 25 and I now feel, even just being 25, that pressure of like, you know, my ex said to me, like, you're going to expire at 30 and no one's going to love you anymore. And then the next batch of fresh meat are going to come in for the men to prey on.
That is, the fresh meat comment is actually disgusting.
Yeah.
And I think that he called himself out as a predator in that situation, because to think of a young child as the next potential partner is just, it gives grooming. But also I think that we as a society have always told women you will expire at 30. Like, I am going to turn 29 in December, and so this will be the last year of my 20s. And for the first time in my life, I haven't felt pressure to settle down. When I was turning 21, I was like, oh my God, this is going to be the end. Like, I'm getting old. I'm going to reach 30 basically
I have friends
tomorrow.
saying that. Like, they're like, oh my God, we're so old. We're 25. And I'm like, we're in our mid-20s. Like, what are you talking about? You know?
Yeah, there's so much to still do in your mid-20s. Like, I think we had this pressure, but now the closer to 30 I get, the less I care. And I've also seen friends that got married or settled down young, before 25, like we all thought we would be when we were teenagers, and then they're getting divorced before they're 30. I went on a date with a guy who married at 22 and was divorced for 2 years by the time he was 28. And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with divorce. I think if you're not happy in a relationship, you should get divorced.
And that is the good thing about today's society, is like, you can, you know, there's not, you can't, you know, back in the olden times, you know, people say, oh, you need to stick it through, you need to just like stay. But then are they happy? No.
Yeah.
And it's nice to be able to walk away if you want to.
And the reason they got divorced was a good reason. They had indifferences about children, but I feel like that's a conversation you should have before you get married.
Oh, yeah.
So
I guess you don't really know when you're like 21.
No, exactly. So that's why I feel like I would rather wait till I'm mid-30 to get married and be married to that same person for the rest of my life than to be married at 25 and divorced by the time I'm 29.
No.
And then having to wait for the next fresh meat of divorced men.
Yeah, I only want to get married once. But they do say if you are going to get married, be the second wife. Because the first one has to go through all the like hardship of the 20s. And I'm like, what do you mean? I don't want to be anyone's second wife.
I don't have the energy to, I only have the energy to do it once. I don't have the energy to do it again.
No,
if it ends badly, I'm not doing it again.
Yeah, I don't think I would get married again after the first. Fingers crossed, you know, if we even get a boyfriend. I mean, you single?
I'm tragically single.
I am tragically single too. I've been single for 8 months now.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's not too long.
No.
And I think 25 is a good age to be single.
It is. Yeah.
I mean, I've only been single for 3 months.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But before that, I was single for almost 2.5, 3 years.
Wow.
So I did spend, like, the age you are now, I was mostly single for that and dating. And I think that's why when people say in their like early to mid 20s, they're like, oh, I think, and now's a good time to be single and enjoy yourself and discover what you want in a relationship.
Exactly.
Because when the frontal lobe kicks in and they start breathing heavy.
My frontal lobe is now fully developed. What does that mean when your frontal lobe fully develops?
I think I don't know if it's actually just a myth that it has an impact on like your relationships, but I think that you think very differently. And I've heard the same with contraception as well, because when I came off contraception to get a boob job, the person I was with, and like when my frontal lobe was starting to kick in, I was like, I can't stand you.
Oh my God, no way.
I like the sound of you breathing.
Oh God.
Just drives me up the wall. So I think that not forcing yourself to want to settle down and actually
I will not settle.
Date many people. Like I would say that date 5. I think people will slag me off for this, but date
people
loads
slag
of
me off all the time as well. I say the same thing. I'm like, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Date around, like get to know different people, because I feel like as women especially, we tend to latch onto the first thing that we see.
Yeah.
Like girls, I've had friends who've been like, I've only ever been on one date from a dating app and I literally just ended up being in a relationship with them. And I'm like, That's not something to be proud of. You should be dating several people. And that's amazing if you meet the first person and you end up with them. But have you ended up with them because they were the right person, or did you end up with them because they were the first person and it was like, okay, let me just latch onto this person? Because as women, we're very emotional. We get attached easily. You know, we're a lot more, you know, we are more emotional beings than men are.
Yeah.
And we tend to put all our eggs in one basket, and men spread the seed, which is actually down to human genetics and human nature. That is kind of the way it works. But
I think as well especially if you're in a heterosexual relationship, the woman always takes on a lot more unpaid emotional labor, and you have to be like, are you happy with the split that you've got with the person you're with? Because like the last person I was with, I broke up with them because
I broke up with them too.
Yeah, like I was doing all the heavy lifting, and I don't want to cook and clean and do your laundry and pay all the bills. And
you were doing wifey
doing
jobs for not wifey ring.
And I didn't even want a ring, to be honest. I was like,
so why are we in the relationship?
Exactly. And I think
we do tend to enter relationships out of convenience as well, and out of the fear of being alone.
I think, and also we always get told that our expectations are too high. So because this person was a nice person, I'm like, am I letting a nice guy go because I'm being stubborn?
Yeah, but just because they're nice, just because they lovely doesn't buy you dinner. Like what was that saying? Like, just because they're nice doesn't mean you have to marry them. Just because they're kind doesn't mean they're the one. You know, you can be a nice person and not be the right person for you.
Also,
I struggled with that as well.
It's hard. It's really hard. And you always get told like, oh,
but they're so nice.
Yeah, and you're being brash and you're letting things. I'm not one to talk about money all the time, but there's a cost of living crisis going on, and I like buying Lurpak, and it's £7 for a tub now. So I realistically need somebody who's going to contribute something to my life that's a little bit more than being nice. Also, the nice guy is never that nice.
Yeah, actually, the nice guy is the most traumatizing. They end up being the most traumatizing.
Oh, he saw me on Love Island. That's all I need to say.
So I guess we have to be wary of all of them.
I said it first. Everyone else said it afterwards, but
yeah,
I saw those. I see the red flags come in.
What are the red flags in like a nice guy though? How can you see the red flags in a nice guy?
Do you know what it is? I think that we don't talk enough about love bombing. And you're always like, is this person
I've been love bombed
being
to
nice?
Death before.
Yeah, same. So you're always questioning, like you have to figure out, is this them being nice, or are they love bombing you to like get their claws into you and then kind of start chipping away at either your self-esteem or just trying to get too overly attached to you and make you feel bad, or make you feel like you need to do more work to get the level of approval or satisfaction that you had in the beginning of the relationship, because why are they not loving me the same way they were loving me in the beginning?
Mm-hmm. But also, I think nowadays, especially with dating culture, people firstly move on very quickly. People get into relationships for like a few months, then they get over it, especially in big cities as well.
Yeah.
Where the options and the pool of amount of people is massive. You know, if someone pisses me off, I'm just like, oh, I can just date someone else. Like whatever, I can just drop you, instead of actually developing like a deeper connection with someone and trying to like stick it out. But it's also when someone is being, especially men, is being so love bomby and so like, oh my God, like I can't wait. Like what kids do you want? Wait, how many kids do you want? And it's like, we shouldn't be having this conversation on the first date, you know? What the hell? But then they'll say all these things and then they'll be like, actually, I've got cold feet and I'm getting a bit anxious and I've got cold feet and I don't think I can do this anymore. And it's like, well, you were the one who literally put your cards on the table telling me that you like me so much and you want to do this and that with me. And then now all of a sudden you've got cold feet when you did that.
Though, could you imagine if the shoe was on the other foot and a woman came into a first date and was like, right, how many kids do you want? We'd all be called psychopaths.
Yeah.
Like,
and we are called psychopaths on the daily.
All the time, all crazy. And usually, I mean, in every time I've spoken to someone, their reaction is justified. And the person, before they ghost you, will like tell you they love you and everything under the sun, and then they just ghost.
Because they feel bad.
Just don't make stuff up, you know? Just be honest. I'd rather I'd respect you more if you were honest and it wasn't something I wanted to hear.
Yeah.
Than if you just said something because you thought I wanted to hear it and you actually didn't feel that way.
Are you on the dating apps or not?
I think I'm banned on some dating apps.
You're banned? Banned? What do you mean you're banned?
So I'm
I've had
banned.
someone else get banned on, what was it, Hinge?
I'm banned on Hinge.
Kit got banned as well.
I'm banned on Hinge. Right, it wasn't my
What?
fault. People think I'm a catfish, so they report me for being a catfish. And I have told Hinge many a times, so they keep unblocking me and then I keep getting reported. So I'm not on Hinge. And before I was on Love Island, I was actually banned from Tinder
Okay.
because some men are just too big for their boots, and I've got a very good talent of humbling them very quickly.
What? Tell me.
Like-
Can you help me humble men, because I need to do this.
I think I'm just very blunt. And
Amazing.
I'm very direct to the point, and I think that sometimes they don't really like that, or they try really hard to sweeten you up or think that they're the one to change you. And then when you actually don't really reciprocate all of the weird, icky, like the sexual stuff they send you instantly.
Oh, really? I haven't received any sexual stuff.
I get a lot of weird stuff.
Really?
Yeah, like people really especially if you've been, this was pre-Love Island, but after Love Island it was even worse. But they would see you as an object.
Yeah.
And then they'll send you really weirdly sexually forward messages.
Like what?
God, what can I even say on just like things they would like to do to you? If you ever go on Reddit, search me up on Reddit, it's pretty much on that same line. But when you kind of reject their sexual advances, and they're like, well,
they
I
get angry.
didn't want you anyway.
Yeah.
You're not that good looking. And it's just, I'd be like,
It's
look,
their ego getting bruised, though. They all
Just
have
take the
fragile
L.
egos. Yeah.
I would be embarrassed for 5 minutes and then I'd move on because no one is going to remember it. But I will remember you if you kick up a fuss about it.
Yeah.
But I got banned because I told a guy that his own hair didn't want him, so why would I? And I got banned on Tinder.
His own hair wouldn't want him, so why would I?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that is so iconic. That is so iconic.
I was banned from Tinder for that. I think I'm unbanned now.
He felt like personally attacked
He must
because he made
reported me.
sexual advances.
Yeah.
And you just said the truth.
Yeah.
Right. Right. Someone's got a fragile ego over here.
I would just take the L. I'd be like, right, I'm really sorry. And then I'd unmatch and move on.
Yeah, but men like to cause a bit of drama. They're little drama
They do.
queens.
They are a little bit, yeah.
I think men are turning into women. Honestly, they love a bit of drama.
They love the princess treatment.
I'm not a prince. I'm not giving anyone princess treatment. You got to give me princess treatment.
I'm just a bit too tired for it now. I've done my course. I'm now going to be that person that sits down at the dinner table on the first day and be like, right, what do you earn? Is your hairline going to stay there? I'm being mean, but like, you know, do you know how to do the dishes and do you know how to do your own laundry? That's all I really care about. Or can you cook?
Some of them don't know how to do their own laundry.
If I'm dating a man, they need to be able to cook.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I don't cook. They'd need to cook. Like, I'm not cooking for a man. I've never cooked for a man. I think I've cooked 2 meals for a man in my life.
Oh, I wish I was the same.
No, I don't do it. I'm like, I'm busy. Sorry. You want to cook me dinner though? That's fine. Like, honestly, I just, with cooking, me and cooking and cleaning doesn't do well. Like, you want to get a cleaner, that's fine. You want to get a chef, cool. I'm not doing that job.
Yeah.
I am a career woman. Ain't got no time to clean up. No.
Well,
I don't even have time to clean up for myself, let alone clean up for a man.
My spare bedroom is tragic.
I have a cleaner every week and she goes to my house and she sees a bomb site. She literally sees a bomb site and it's okay because at least I'm paying her for a service, but ain't no way I'm doing that for a man.
We're just going to take a pause there and we'll be back after this break.
I would low-key like a stay-at-home dad.
I don't know if I'd want a stay-at-home dad.
No, they do all the cooking, all the cleaning.
I'd want someone who's also ambitious because I've been in situations where I've dated someone who's not really had a job and I've been like, what are you doing? Like sitting on your ass smoking weed every day. Like, yeah. But that's like,
I've never done that.
but that's the thing. Like, that's why I need someone who also is ambitious. Not too ambitious. They don't have time for me, but like someone who's aspirational and has goals and someone that can like teach me things and like
the same drive as you basically because you're self-employed, right? So if you don't,
as much as people think I'm a high class escort, apparently.
Oh, nice.
Anyone that's attractive and has a social media following is apparently a high class escort. Yeah.
I mean, I get asked all the time when I'm releasing my OnlyFans. So whenever I want people to sign up for stuff, I just tell them it's a link to my OnlyFans.
I'm just like, it's just pathetic at this point. It's like, do you not realize I'm putting hashtag ad on posts and like working with
because you
big
can't
brands.
you can't
'Cause
be
I
earning
can't
money
be-
by doing that.
Oh, I can't be earning money. I can't be independent.
Do you know what
that
though?
money.
Is someone paying for your time really that bad? I'm just going to throw it out there. Not that I would do it, but is somebody paying for your time that bad? Because they'll probably treat you nicer than most of the people on dating apps.
You heard it here first.
No, this could come back to haunt me one day. couldn't it? No, I don't think I'd want to stay at home dad. I don't actually really like children or want them. So
Really? You
I'm
don't
not-
want kids?
No.
Really?
Yeah, it's not for me.
When was that realization?
The older I get, the more. Do you know what? I think it would take a really specific kind of person for me to actually be like, yeah, I will do it, because I don't want to be like, I don't want to be the stay-at-home mum. I don't want to be like working all
You don't
hours.
have to be.
No, but that's the thing. Like, am I going to be doing like somebody has to be the active parent, or
Yeah.
like, both parents should be active, but I don't want to be the only active parent. And not that my dad was useless, but my dad doesn't know when my own birthday is. So like he's a very good dad, but there's just things that he wouldn't know that are important to having a child stay alive.
Yeah.
Like the fact that I have a peanut allergy.
Yeah.
So I just don't want, I want someone who's a bit more hands-on.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's good that everyone should know you have a peanut allergy and when your birthday is.
I thought you
Because
were going to say that I support escorts.
oh no, no, I support escorts as well. I support. At the end of the day, if you're going to live in a patriarchy, you may as well work in advances of it. Like prostitution is like the biggest industry in the world, and men slut shame women all the time. Yet they're the ones buying into the industry.
Well, that's why
That's
annoyed
what makes
about
me
it.
freaked out. Like, this is what makes me crazy. I was speaking to the Slumflower. She's like this content creator, and also she has a podcast as well. And she was saying how much of a double standard it is that men slut shame women all the time. They want you to be this virgin, and then also want you to be like a slut in the bedroom, but also they don't want you to have a high body count, but they want you to know everything to do. And they don't like that you slept with more than 2 men in your life. Yet they're going and sleeping with prostitutes and contributing to an industry which is, you know,
they don't want
to
you
their
to have
advantage.
a high body count because they don't want you to know their shit. That's what it is.
That they're shit in bed.
Yeah, because
Um,
there was a girl once who dated my ex and we worked together, and he was her first sexual partner, and she turned around to me and said, "Are these things normal?" And I said, "No, babe, they're not." Because she didn't know. So she'd only slept with him and one other person. She probably wouldn't know if she didn't ask.
So you think that men want women to not sleep with anyone so that they don't know what good things are out there? Oh my God.
Because it wasn't until I had my first orgasm that I was like, oh, this is what it's meant to feel like.
Oh, did it take you a while to realise?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah. That's why I don't buy into this whole high body count thing. And also the only reason that men
are proud of sleeping with over 500 women.
But then who are they sleeping with if they don't want women to be sleeping with
Exactly.
people?
The maths is not mathsing. If you've slept with over 500 women or 1,000 women and all women have slept with one man in their life, the maths isn't really doing what it's supposed to be doing.
Just sleep with each other if you don't like us. That's all I think.
Yeah.
But the only reason that they're annoyed with the adult entertainment industry and women doing it is because we're finally profiteering off of years of decades, centuries of sexual objectification by men, and now they have to pay to do it.
I mean, I want to put this on like a positive note because I do think it's not their fault that they've been conditioned like this, but I think they do need to be interested in educating themselves on how we feel, and like the shame also that we go through as women in a patriarchy. I feel shame all the time.
Yeah. I think that feminism has now become a dirty word.
It has.
Because they, unfortunately, with the likes of certain people on the internet, they see the reason why feminism exists is because it's against the patriarchy, but it's not against the patriarchy to help better ourselves. It's the better society. And the reason why there is a male loneliness epidemic, male mental
suicide,
mental health problems with men is because of the patriarchal system, not because of feminism.
Yeah, and also because, you know, the patriarchy teaches men that you have to make so much money and you have to be this like
uber masculine
man, but not all men are macho. All men are macho. Some men are very feminine.
I quite like that though.
I do love a feminine man.
I want someone to watch rom-coms with. I don't want to sit and watch Fast and Furious
No.
and all that stuff.
They have wrapped themselves in a prison that they created.
Yeah.
You know, that's why male suicide is so high. And I feel, honestly, I feel really empathetic towards men because, yeah, we can shame them. We're like, oh, fuck these guys. That's what feminism is deemed to be, but it's not. Like, I would say I stick up for my women, and like, I definitely think we should be breaking barriers in terms of like making women not feel so ashamed about their bodies, about their body count, about being sexually liberated. But it's also for the men of them in the patriarchy trapping themselves in this box of they need to be this breadwinner, they need to be this masculine man who needs to earn all this money, and then they end up sad and depressed because all they are is their money, number one, not their personality, not their looks. And then they also get, a lot of men feel very insecure about their dick size as well.
Yeah.
Because of the patriarchy. Like, a lot of men don't even want to have sex with women because they're so paranoid about their dick.
That's actually really sad.
It's really sad. I mean, I've heard it firsthand from men. They're like, I feel super insecure about the size of my dick. And I'm like, why?
Yeah. And I think that actually, I said this to some of my male friends, that do you guys do anything apart from go to the pub and watch football together? Like, you know, one of your friends has just gone through a pretty horrific breakup and you know zero details about it.
Yeah.
And that concerns me because you're obviously not speaking about
No. So what
feelings.
did they do then? They hold it and they bottle it in, and they're taught by society to be a man and get on with it. And then what happens? They commit suicide.
Well, this is why it's a controversial opinion apparently, but I think that men having platonic female friends is a good thing because it teaches them to be able to talk about their feelings. Like, a lot of my male friends talk to me about stuff they would never talk to their male friends about. And
why do you think that is?
I think it's
fear of being judged.
Potentially, I'm a very like I was about to say judgmental person. When you speak to me, it's judgment free. Like, I've done a lot of stupid shit in my time.
Same.
So I'm in no position.
I think we all have.
Yeah,
and I think we all paint ourselves out to be these perfect people, but I'm not perfect. I've fucked up many times, and I think we need to own that and be like, yeah, we're not perfect.
Yeah, so like, it's very judgment free, and I'm a very emotional person anyway. So whatever you say, like, I'm going to tell you what I think and what I feel and what I think you should do. But it doesn't mean you should follow it. But it means at least you have someone to talk about it with. And it makes me nervous because if they didn't speak to me about these things, they would just keep it in and not tell anyone. And these are not things that should be taken lightly and should be kept in. And it actually is really sad. And that's
worrying.
Yeah, and that's why I think it is good to have friends of the opposite gender.
Yeah.
But some people don't agree with me on that.
I have experienced it in the past where guys just want to try and get in my pants before being friends.
Okay.
And then once that's out of the way, it's like, oh, okay, well, we can be friends now.
What?
Why
do they do that?
I've never had a platonic male friendship.
Really?
Yeah.
That also makes me sad.
Yeah, the only platonic friendship I've had with a male is gay. All my guy friends are gay. And the straight friends that I've had, every single straight male friend that I've had has tried it on with me.
Do you think it's just because they read too much into you being... Like, this is the thing. Is a woman being nice being now seen as flirting? I'm nice to everyone. I smile at everyone. It doesn't mean that I want to get in your pants.
Yeah. You got to ask the men. Looking at you. But anyway, we need to cut it here.
Okay.
But that's such an interesting conversation. And I think... as women and men, if you're listening, take into consideration, talk amongst each other. If you are a man listening to this episode right now, talk to your female friends, talk to your, I don't know, therapist. But men don't like therapy.
Well, I think that they're too scared to be open about being the first one. And if someone has to be, at the end of the day, someone had to be the first to do anything. So even if you have to be the first one to be emotional in your friendship group, you should do it.
Yeah, I agree.
You'll progress a lot better in life and feel a lot better about
you
yourself.
And you don't realize how you could be affecting other people in that group, not having that fear of speaking up, and like being strong enough to speak up might encourage someone else to also speak and talk. But anyway, thank you so much for joining.
No, thank you for having me.
Enjoyable. If you did also enjoy this episode, please give a like and follow the pod. And if you really, really, really love this episode, I always check my DMs whenever I release a podcast episode. If you share it on your story, spread the love. I love to see you guys talking about the pod. So yeah, I will see you in next week's episode. Thank you for joining again. And if you want to follow, what's your Instagram?
It's just my name, Sharon Gaffka. It's really original.
Yeah, we'll put it in the description box as well. Thank you so much. I'll see you next week. Bye.
Maybe I won't.